Good morning viewers. Welcome back to Gnana Diksha program. My name is Sarita. I am here with another session of English grammar. Before we start our session, let's quickly read a passage on the screen. Ricky was playing cricket. Father brought mangoes home. He kept them on the table. Mother Vani called Ricky in to eat mangoes. Ricky gave the bat to Vihan and returned to his house. Ricky greeted his father before entering in. Mother cut the mangoes. All of them ate mangoes. Children, I hope you all are paying attention to the passage. If so, let's again read another passage. Cricket was being played by Ricky. Meanwhile, mangoes were brought home by father. They were kept on the table. Ricky was called in by his mother to eat mangoes. Vihan was given bat by Ricky and returned to his home. Father was greeted by Ricky before entering home. The mangoes were cut by the mother and were eaten by all of them. Yes, children, did you enjoy the passages? Hope you have enjoyed. Let's look at the pictures. Wow! What do you see there? Mangoes. Aren't they mouth-watering, children? Yes, children, this is mango season. Hope everybody is enjoying eating mangoes, but not playing cricket, hopefully. Are you all playing cricket outside? No, I hope so. Because we are in lockdown and we are asked to maintain social distance. Are you all maintaining social distance, children? Hope you are maintaining social distance. Let's look at the other pictures. Just think of the days before we were locked down, children. How happy we used to be. How active everybody were. The world was so busy doing their activities. Children playing outside, attending the school, and people were attending their duties. Everybody were so busy and active. But now, what happened? Everybody has become passive. We are in lockdown. Look at the roads. All the roads are empty and we are not going outside. What is the reason? Something else has become active. What is that? Can you guess, children? If I am not wrong, you have already guessed. Yes, Corona has become active, children. Corona has become active outside. Therefore, we are not moving out. We are not giving chance for Corona to become active in our bodies. Yes, children. Even then, although we are in a dire situation, we are still trying to be active, staying at home, doing all our regular activities like reading, writing, or learning through these kind of online classes. And many people are working from home. Yes, children. Who can make us passive until we give them the chance to become active? Yes, you all must be wondering why this teacher is talking about active and passive, all these words. Can you guess? There you are. Our today's topic is active voice and passive voice. What's our today's topic? Our today's topic is active voice and passive voice. Now, let's get back to the passages we have read earlier and observe what is there in these two passages. So, in the first passage, if we observe, Ricky was playing cricket. So, there is a subject, Ricky, who was playing cricket. Father brought mangoes. He kept them on the table. Observe the words which are highlighted, like was playing cricket, brought mangoes, kept them, Vani called Ricky, etc., etc. So, all these words are highlighted. And here, the persons or the characters in the passages, they are doing the action. They are acting upon an object. So, let's see another passage. In this passage, what do you see? Cricket was being played by Ricky. Mangoes were brought. They were kept. Ricky was called. Vihan was given. Was greeted, were cut, so on. So, if we observe these two passages, the difference that what you can find here is both the passages have the same information. Both the passages are giving same information about Ricky and their family, what are the activities that they have done. But there is slight difference between both the passages. That is, in formation of the sentences or the structure of the sentences, there is slight difference. So, in the first passage what is happening? The subject is acting upon the objects, and in the second passage, object is taking the action, although it is in the subject position, but it is not acting. The subject itself is acting, but it is in the object position. So, let us learn about this. What is this subject, object, subject acting upon object, all these words in detail in the next session of the class. So, what is active voice? In grammar, voice is generally related to the form of the verb. We use active voice when the doer of the action is important. Here, doer means the subject. When the subject should be given importance, we use active voice. At the same time, passive voice. On the other hand, if we observe what is passive voice, we use passive voice when the recipient of the action is important. Here, recipient becomes the subject. Let us be more clear about who is the subject and the object and recipient, agent, etc. So, let us write one sentence and get clarity. I am writing AV for active voice, and then for passive voice I am writing PV. Okay. Aryabhatta invented zero. Zero was invented by Aryabhatta. So, you all know the great mathematician, Indian mathematician Aryabhatta, who has invented a lot of things. One among them is zero. So, zero has got its own value. It increases the value of all the numbers, all the other digits. So, let us quickly get back to the topic. So, how did I change this active voice sentence into passive voice sentence? In the active voice sentence, first I have written it like this: Aryabhatta invented zero. So, the basic sentence structure that we all know is subject plus verb plus object. Yes, we are aware of this basic sentence structure. Any basic sentence structure has subject plus verb plus object. So, here the subject is Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta is the subject. Invented is the verb and zero is the object. So, here the subject had done some action, that is inventing zero. So, zero was invented by Aryabhatta. So, what did I write here? So, did we follow the sentence structure here? So, when an active voice sentence is changed into passive voice sentence, how we are changing the form of the sentence or the structure of the sentence, let us see. So, I have subject here, then I have verb here, and then object here. Okay. Then how about these other words? Some additional words are added in the passive voice sentence. So, what are these additional words? Why did we add these additional words? Let us see. So, before that we will learn about what are the rules that we should know or the rules that we should follow to change an active voice sentence into a passive voice sentence. The first rule that we have to remember while changing an active voice into passive voice is subject and object should be interchanged their places. From active to passive, when we change, the subject should become the object and object should go to the subject place. Subject and object interchange their places in passive voice. Then the second rule, be form. So, we have to use the appropriate or the suitable be form of the verb. The third rule, children, the third rule is we have to use V3 form of the verb. What is this V3 form of the verb? V3 is also known as past participle. What is it? It is past participle. And the fourth rule, so we have to use the word or the preposition by before the object in the passive voice. So the first rule is you have to change subject to object, object to subject. The second rule is be form of the appropriate be form should be used, that is suitable be form should be used in the passive voice. Then verb 3 form should be used. Then finally we have to use by before the object in the passive voice. So again we will get back to that example that we have taken. I am writing only passive voice sentence, that is 0 was invented by Aryabhatta. Okay. So did we change it properly? In the active voice sentence we had Aryabhatta in the subject place. Aryabhatta invented 0. So we have changed it. So subject to object and object to subject, it has changed. So the second rule, appropriate be form should be used. Be form should be added. So what is this be form? Be form is also known as auxiliary verbs. What is this? Auxiliary verbs. So what are the auxiliary verbs? Words like am, is, are, was, were, all these are the auxiliary verbs. They are also told as helping verbs. Yes, children. So we, according to the tense that we take in the active voice, we have to use proper be form of the verb. Then V3 form of the verb should be used. So whatever may be the tense that we are using in the active voice, the same tense should be used in the passive voice also. But we are showing the tense only through the be form we are using, not through the main verb that we are using. So the main verb should be always in the V3 form. So what is this V3 form? We all know verb has 3 forms: verb 1, V2, V3. Verb 1, verb 2, verb 3. So in our passage we have seen Ricky ate mangoes. So let's take an example of verb eat, ate, eaten. So if you observe, V1 is eat, V2 is ate, V3 is eaten. So always we have to use V3 form of the verb in our passive sentence. Always, whatever may be the tense the active voice is in, we have to always use the V3 form of the verb. So this V3 should be used. For that we should also have some awareness about what are V1, V2, V3. All the verbs and their forms we have to learn and keep. So these rules, let's check. So the first one, subject has changed into object, object has changed into subject. So rule number 1 is done. And rule number 2, we have used was here. So I was telling about am, is, are, was, were, all this. So we have used was here. Why did we use was? So here if we observe the first sentence in active voice, Aryabhatta invented 0. So invented is showing it is in past tense. So instead of using again past tense form of the verb, we are using was as the helping verb, which is showing that is be form as well the tense of the sentence. So it is in past tense, that is why we are using was. Then rule number 3, V3 form of the verb should be used. So what is the V1 and V2 forms of this word: invent, invented, invented. So, V3 is invented. So, we have used invented here. Then the rule number 4, by should be used before the object. Now, Aryabhatta is the object. So, before that we are using the word by. By preposition is used. So, in some cases instead of by we also use with or to. What are those cases? In very rare cases we use that with or to. For suppose I say an example, I know him. When this sentence is changed into passive voice, it will be like this: he is known to me. I am not telling he is known by me, I am telling he is known to me. So, in very few cases, rare cases, we use with or to instead of using by, but maximum number of cases we use only by in passive voice. So, this is the clear indication that we have to remember to know what the sentence is in passive voice. So, I hope you all followed the rules. Children, are you noting down these points? So, let us make our active and passive voice so clear, and let us clear all our doubts today and try to make our sentences from active to passive voice today. So, apart from these rules, there are something else also we have to change from active voice to passive voice. They are pronouns, subject pronouns, which will be changed into object pronouns. So, what are these subject pronouns? You all know noun. What is noun? Noun is the person or the subject we take about. So, here instead of noun we use pronouns: I, you, he, she, it, they. All these are the subject pronouns. So, from active to passive voice, when we are writing a sentence, in case we have these words, these subject pronouns in the active voice, then we should be using object pronouns. I becomes me, you becomes you, he becomes him, she becomes her, it becomes it, we becomes us, they become them. So, in active voice, whatever the subject pronouns are there, they should be changed into object pronouns when we write into passive voice. Okay, let us now learn more details about active and passive voice, and then we shall learn active and passive voice tense wise, in each tense how the active voice looks like, and when it is changed into passive voice, how the formula of the passive voice, let us have a look at. Yes, children, we all know how many tenses are there. How many tenses are there? There are 3 tenses in English, and each tense has 4 forms. Each tense has 4 forms. So, today we are going to learn those forms which can be changed from active voice to passive voice. So, we will start with simple present tense. What is that? Simple present tense. So, the structure of simple present tense, if you see, subject plus verb V1 plus object, subject plus V1 plus object. In active voice, the structure of simple present tense is subject plus verb 1 plus object. Already we have learned what is verb 1. The first form of the verb is verb 1, and in passive voice this changes like this: subject plus am, is, are plus. So, subject plus am, is, are plus past participle. So, let us write it as V3. So, we also have learned what is V3. Subject plus V1 plus object changes to subject plus am, is, are plus V3. So, any one of these B forms we may be using in our sentence. For suppose, let us look at the slide and check the example we have taken. Juice of garlic kills many types of viruses. In active voice, we have a sentence: juice of garlic kills many types of viruses. The same sentence, when it is changed into passive voice, many types of viruses are killed by juice of garlic. Yes, children, if you look at the slide, you can see some Indian herbs and spices there. Do you know, children, India is known for its spices and herbs, which has the medicinal values. If we use these kind of healthy spices and healthy food in our diet, we will be keeping ourselves healthy. They will be boosting our immune system. So, to be very healthy, right now we are all in need of good health and immunity. So, use the Indian spices and herbs to keep yourself healthy and safe. So, if you check the sentence, juice of garlic kills many types of viruses. Juice of garlic is subject, kills is the verb, many types of viruses is the object. And this sentence, when we are changing into passive voice, the object comes to the part of subject. So, what is the object I have told you? Many types of viruses. So, many types of viruses has come to the first part of the sentence. What is it? Many types of viruses. So, we have taken the subject. Then, are, many types of viruses are killed. Many types of viruses are killed by the juice of garlic. Yes, children? So, one thing we have to observe. First, we have to identify the tense of the active voice. So, we have taken the verb there as kills. So, it indicates it is in the present tense. How is it indicating? It is in the present tense. So, usually V1 means, like for suppose we have to take it as kill, but I have added yes here. So, where do we add yes? That is, again we have certain rules like first person, second person and third person. Yes, first person, if you see the third person singular, that is he, she, it or they. Sorry, first person singular, when we add, we add s to the verb, yes or es to the verb. So, we can clearly understand this sentence is in simple present tense. We have added yes. So, here juice of garlic is singular. So, to the singular we are adding yes to the verb. And many types of viruses. So, here if you observe, viruses are plural. Many types of viruses is plural. So, we are taking plural form of the be form. Plural form of the be form in simple present tense is are. Then we have used V3 form of the verb. V3, kill, killed, killed. So, this is V3 form of the verb. Then as usual in passive voice we have to use by, the word by before the object. So, here the object is the juice of garlic, the juice of garlic. So, we have to identify the units over there. If we have group of words also, the phrases also, we have to identify what is that, it is singular or plural, whether it is a singular noun or singular object we have to identify or plural we have to identify. Accordingly we have to use the helping verb here, that is auxiliary verb should be used according to the subject we have taken, that is always the verb should agree with the subject. Verb should agree with the number of subjects. If the subject is plural, we have to use the plural form of the be form. If it is singular, we have to use singular form of the verb. Hope it is clear, children. Let's move to the next tense. So, after present tense, what is the other tense that we have? Present continuous tense. What is that? Present, we have present continuous tense. So, we all have learned tenses in our earlier English classes, and you must be thorough with the tense forms also, but still we are writing a active voice structure and the passive voice structure in each tense. So it would be better idea for the children to note down the formulas and structures, because to solve any mathematical problems you all have to remember certain kind of formulas. So that will help you to solve the mathematical problems. So as in English also, we have structures and forms and formulas, so that we can remember what is the structure of each tense, so that we can use in our day-to-day communication the proper structure and may not make mistakes. So if we get back to our subject, so active voice, in active voice the structure will be like this: subject plus am or is or are plus V1 plus ing plus object. So subject plus am or is or are plus V1 plus ing plus object. So when this structure is changed into passive voice, let us see how it is written in present continuous tense, how the passive voice is written. That is subject plus am or is or are plus being plus V3. Children, already we have learned that is always in the passive voice we should use the V3 form of the verb. So here we have used subject and am, is, are words are there. According to the subject we are taking, we have to use any one of these helping verbs, and then we have here it is in continuous tense. Verb 1 plus ing means we all know continuous tense. Yes, eat, if you take eat, ate, eaten, eating, ing. So some people also call it as V4, that is verb 4, but to make it very clear we are writing V1 plus ing. So here subject plus am, is, are plus being is added here. So extra we have got the word being. So which shows it is in continuous tense. Look at the slide, children. Okay, what are they doing? Do you observe what these people are doing? Yes, there is a farmer and also a carpenter. They are busy with their activities. And we see the example there. The farmer is growing paddy. When it is changed into passive voice, paddy is being grown by the farmer. Children, we all have to give respect to the farmers, because if they work hard only, we get food. How can we respect the farmers? Do you have to say hello, namaste to them whenever you see a farmer? Or do you have to say good morning, good afternoon, etc.? You don't have to actually do in such a way. The real respect that you pay to the farmers is only by respecting the food that you are eating, by not wasting the food that you are eating. Many times we see people cook lot of food and they waste it. Children waste the food just because it is not tasty. Is it the right way to respect the farmers? If you are doing so, you are actually not respecting the farmers. Every profession is very important, and the greatest profession that we can see in the world is definitely farming. So we have to respect the farmers, and you all know farmers are the backbones of our nation. Agriculture industry is really very, very important. So let's respect our farmers, children, and respect our food and feel gratitude towards them whenever we are eating our food. Every day, every meal when we are taking, let's just remember how much hard work they are putting to give that food into our plate. Yes, children. So we'll see our example and how it is changed into passive voice. So let's write it. The farmer is growing paddy. Yes. So, the farmer is the subject, is the helping verb. In present continuous tense, we have helping verb here, and farmer is singular. So, we are using helping verb here, is growing. V1 plus ing we have used, that is grow is the V1, and ing we have added to tell that it is in continuous tense. Then paddy is the object. So, subject plus any one of these we have to take. So, we have taken is because the farmer is singular, and then we have taken V1 plus ing to show it is in continuous tense. Paddy is object. Then when this is changed into passive voice, it is like this. Paddy is being grown by the farmer. Yes, children, observe it carefully. So, are we following this structure or not? We have to check. Every time we write a sentence, we have to check if we are following the structure of passive voice or not. So, now here if you see this subject and this is object, and the subject has become the object here, and this object paddy has become the subject here. Yes, so here we have written subject paddy. Then what is the other thing that we have to write? Suitable B form should be written. So, what is a suitable B form? So, paddy should be considered as a single unit, and it cannot be counted, grains cannot be counted. So, we are writing it is, paddy is. Then it is in present continuous tense. For present continuous tense, we take the am, is or any are. So, and instead of writing growing again, according to our rule, what we have to write? Past participle of the verb should be written. In every passive voice sentence should have past participle of a verb. So, whether it is in present tense, past tense, continuous tense, whatever may be the tense, but we have to write present participle, that is V3 form of the verb should be written. But to show which tense the active voice is in, or in which tense this passive voice is in, we are using being here. So, we are writing continuous tense. Here instead of writing growing here, we are writing being word to show it is in continuous tense. Then V3 form of the verb is used. So, what is the V1 and V2 form of the verb? That is grow, grew, grown. What is that? Grow, grew, grown. V3 form of the verb is grown. And then we are using by, the word or the preposition, we say it by, and then subject. So, interchanging of the sentences happened, interchanging had happened, then we have used the proper be form, we have also used being grown by the farmer. Let us go back to the another tense, present perfect tense. Let us look at the slide. So, the active voice structure is like this: subject plus have or has plus V3 plus object. Here there is an example. They have organized a special program for children. A special program for children has been organized by them. Children, you see passive voice form we have used. So, we all know that in past present perfect tense or any perfect tense, we use the helping verbs like have or has. We use the helping verbs like have or has. So, have or has is used to show it is in perfect tense. So, here we have subject plus have or has plus object in active voice, and when it is changed into passive voice, it is like this: subject plus have or has plus been plus V3 form of the verb. So, a special program for children has been organized by them. So, special program is the subject, has been we are using because it is a singular. So, we all also have to know where do we use have and where do we use has. So, we have learned subject pronouns, if you remember. So, we use have for I, you, we, they. For all these things we use have in the present perfect tense, and then we use has for he, she, it. We have to use has. So, here third form of the verb, that is you can see the special program for children has been organized by them. So, special program is third person singular, we are taking it. So, program can be considered as it, that is why we are using has there. If we also want to create wonders, definitely with the basic qualities that we have, we can create wonders. Do you agree with me? If not, I will give you one example. You all must be knowing who is Purna, a student, a below poverty line student who has studied in social welfare school, has created wonders by mounting the Everest with the minimum facilities that she had. If she can achieve great things, can't we achieve? Yes, of course, children. Everyone can achieve great things with the minimum facilities. Yes. Let's look at the slide. It is in simple past tense. Simple past tense structure we all know. That is subject plus V2 plus object. Let's look at the example. Rajamouli directed the film Bahubali. Directed is a verb. It is in the past tense. So, we are writing that sentence into passive voice by just adding was directed. So, we have to use in passive voice was or were. Were is used if the subject is plural, but here the film Bahubali is the subject and it is the singular. So, we are using was directed by Rajamouli. Yes. Hope you are all following the topic very clearly and noting down the structures of active and passive voice. Hey, there is another interesting slide here. You all love to watch cartoon, don't you children? Yes. So, past continuous. Let us learn the structure of past continuous. The structure of past continuous. It is in active voice, subject plus was or were plus V1 plus ing plus object. And when it is changed into passive voice, it goes like this: subject plus was, were plus being plus V3. Children, already in present continuous tense we have learned when a sentence in continuous tense is changed into passive voice, we are adding being instead of writing ing form to the verb. Unlike in active voice, in passive voice we are writing being instead of writing V1 plus ing, we are writing being to show the action is in continuous. So, the children were watching a cartoon film at this time last night. Yes. And now, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense structure will be like this: subject plus had plus V3 plus object. When it is changed into passive voice, subject plus had plus been plus V3. Look at the example. They had won the game. The game had been won by them. Yes, children? If you look at the picture, the people over there are very happy, very excited because they have won the game. There is a shield in their hands. Do you observe? And out of happiness, they are dancing. Do you observe, children? Yes. For any sports person, for anyone who is doing any activity, they wish to win in that. Yes. Whatever the activities that we are participating in, or the sports or the competitions we are participating in, we love to win. So winning is not very easy. It needs a lot of dedication. Determination is needed. Hope you will be determined to win in every aspect that you take. Yes. So they had won the game. Had won is in had won. It is in past perfect tense. And when it is changed into passive voice, the game had been won by them. Children, you observe, the game is the subject, had is showing it is in past perfect tense, and then been we are adding to the passive voice in past perfect tense, and we are adding V3 form of the verb, win, won, won, and we also added by them. Let's quickly go back, let's quickly go to future tense. Yes, in future tense we have in active voice subject plus will plus verb 1 plus object. I will do it, I will complete it. So we all know will be used in future tense. And when it is changed into passive voice, subject plus will or shall plus be plus V3. Chaitra will perform Kuchipudi dance. Kuchipudi dance will be performed by Chaitra. So the only thing that we have added there is be after that. Will be is added. So Chaitra will be performing, will be we have added in the passive voice. Do you know, children, Kuchipudi dance belongs to which state? Do you know that every state has some official forms of dances? Yes. What is the official form of the dance of Andhra Pradesh? Yes, it is Kuchipudi. Now we are in Telangana. So what is the official form of dance of Telangana? It is Perini Tandavam. Do you know that? Yes, children, you may also come across this kind of questions in your competitive exams. Perini also known as Prerana. That means motivation. So this dance used to be performed by Kakatiyas in their dynasty before going to attend the war. Before going to participate in the war, they used to perform Perini Tandavam, which is a adoration towards God Lord Shiva. Let's check future perfect tense. Future perfect tense has structure like this: subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 or object. In passive voice, when it is changed, subject plus shall or will plus have been. Perfect tense, we are adding have been plus V3. Let's look at the example. Here is an interesting example again. Virologists will have invented the vaccine for coronavirus. Yes, children, do you know who is virologist? Any guesses? Virologists. Virologists are the people or the doctors. They also do work as doctors, but their main work is to do some research on the viruses. Right now, the world is suffering with a great disease or the virus which is attacking us. We are in dire need of the vaccine for it, and virologists worldwide are working to find or to invent a vaccine for this virus. This sentence, when we changed into passive voice, the vaccine for coronavirus will have been invented by virologists. Will have been invented by virologists. So, we have added have been in the passive voice. Now that you have seen all the tenses, you have seen 8 tenses how we can change from active to passive voice. 8 tense forms, sorry, not the tenses, 8 tense forms have been changed from active to passive voice. There are some tenses which cannot be changed, tense forms which cannot be changed from active to passive voice. What are they? That is present perfect continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future continuous tense, and then we cannot change future perfect continuous tense, we cannot change future perfect continuous tense also into passive voice. Apart from these continuous tenses, we also cannot change intransitive verbs into passive voices. What are the intransitive verbs? The verbs which do not need an object to complete a sentence. Transitive verbs are those which need an object to complete a sentence. But for intransitive verbs, we cannot change them into passive voice. Examples of intransitive verbs are go, sleep, sit, die, etc. For suppose we write example, he laughs, Srinivas slept. So here the completion of the sentence is happening without an object. Therefore, we cannot change this sentence into passive voice. And passive voices also, we also can change some modals into passive voice. Here can becomes can be, must becomes must be, may, be, might be, it goes on. So, modal verbs can be changed like this. For example, if you look at this slide, students should do hard work. Yes, not hardly work, but you have to do hard work. Children have to do hard work to study well. You should be very studious. Hard work should be done by students. So, we are adding be, the word be after the should. Imperative sentences. What are these imperative sentences? Imperative sentences are those which express a command, advice or a request. So, when we are changing imperative sentences from active to passive, we should follow 3 rules. Rule number 1, the sentence should start with the word let, L-E-T, let. It should start with a word let. The second rule is we have to use the word be, B-E-B, not be forms. We have already talked about be forms. Here we have to use be, the word be should be used in the passive voice. And the third rule is V3 form of the verb. Yes, as usual, when we are changing active into passive, V3 form of the verb is used. So, we have to use V3 form of the verb. Let us look at the example. There are so many examples over there. If you observe these examples, respect the elders, and when it is changed into passive voice, let the elders be respected. Do you observe the examples, children? Any sentence usually have the structure subject plus verb plus object, but imperative sentences start with the verb. They do start with the verb. So, respect the elders. Respect here is the verb. The elders is noun. So, when it is changed into passive voice, we are following the rule let. The word let is used in the beginning of the sentence. Let the elders be respected. Let the elders be respected. So, the first rule, the word let is used in the beginning of the sentence. Then The elders. Whom should we respect? The elders. And we also have used the word be after this, and then the verb which was there in the beginning, respect, has got the V3 form of it. So we can see finish the task. Let the task be finished. I hope you have followed this presentation on active and passive voice, children, and you would definitely finish the task which I am going to give right now. Yes, children, let's quickly recap what we have learned, how to change an active voice into passive voice. First, rule number 1, we have to remember subject and object should interchange their places. The rule number 2, we have to use appropriate be form of the verb, that is suitable be form of the verb should be used. Be forms also we have come to know, am, is, are, etc. Then third rule, V3 form of the verb should be used in the passive voice. And then fourth rule, by, the word by should be used before the object in passive voice. Hope you have followed it very clearly and noted down the points. Yes. Now let's look at our project work. Number 1, write an essay on the measures you are taking to prevent deadly viruses. You should write this in active voice. This essay should be written in active voice. And the project number 2, imagine you have witnessed an accident in your locality. Write a paragraph describing the accident in passive voice. So these 2 projects you have to complete and check if you are following the structures we have discussed, and then writing the sentences in the proper voice, active or passive voice. And finally, I would like to tell you one thing, that is, you must be wondering, where should we use this active voice, where exactly we have to use this active voice, and where exactly we have to use passive voice. I will tell you. Active voices are generally used in our regular communication, to write a letter, to narrate a story. In all these things we write in active voice. Whereas passive voice is used to speak about technical inventions, scientific inventions, then to write newspaper articles and so on, we write it in the passive voice. Shall we see an example? So we have a narration from our textbook, that is, when I was 13, I read a newspaper article about a disabled man who had managed to achieve great things and helped others, said Nick. I realized why God had made us like this, to give hope to others. It was so inspirational to me that I decided to use my life to encourage the people and give them the courage that the article had given me. So if you observe, here narrator is expressing his feelings, his emotions. So it is said in active voice. So we are taking one newspaper here, and in the newspaper, if you observe, most of the articles are in passive voice. Let's read one of the article from the newspaper. Newborn baby abandoned. A neonate days old was found abandoned at Mahatma Gandhi bus station on Monday. Police suspect that the baby may have been abandoned due to gender bias. The cops received information about a baby wrapped in a cloth on platform 50. The child was handed over to the state-run Shishu Vihar and a case was booked. If you observe this article, all the verbs used there are in passive voice, like may have been abandoned, child was handed over, case was booked. So usually newspaper reports are in passive voice. Whenever we don't want to reveal who is the subject, who has done the action, or when we are not known with the action, we use passive voice. So hope you enjoyed today's session. Have a great day. Thank you.